Hello, welcome students. So under the fourth topic, molecular basis of inheritance, the unit number 4.5, protein synthesis, will started last time, and the protein synthesis, the process of the protein synthesis shows two main phases as the transcription and second one is the translation. So last time we completed details about the process of the transcription. The transcription, that means any one strand of the DNA which act as a template strand or the antisense strand, which opens in the direction 3' to 5', free end is 3'. On the template, the generation or the synthesis of messenger RNA takes place. The process is called as the transcription, and in detail we will study last time, and we have to cite the 9 important points under the process of the transcription. That is, the first point is the structural unit or the transcription unit. Second point, that is about the promoter. Then third point, that is about the terminator. Then fourth point, initiation of the process. Second one, elongation of the process. Third one, termination of the process. And then finally the seventh point we studied last time, that is the under the processing of heteronuclear RNA we will studied. We have to cite the seventh point, that is about the splicing for the removal of the inactive introns. Then the eighth point, that is the capping, the polyadenylate change get added at the end, that is called as the tailing. So the transcription process completed, and then today we will start focus towards the translation. So the transcription process takes place in the nucleus, while the translation process always which get achieved in the cytoplasm of the cell. In the nucleus, the synthesis of mRNA takes place, messenger RNA takes place, and through the nuclear pore, the messenger RNA which enters in the cytoplasm. The messenger RNA always the linear strand. The linear strand, again it shows the sequence of nitrogen bases. There is a specificity, and the specificity controlled under the DNA template on which mRNA gets synthesized. Again we will study the 3 successive nitrogen bases located on the mRNA called as codons. The 3 successive nitrogen bases on the mRNA called as the codons. There are 3 related terms as codons, anticodons, and the genetic code. These 3 terms which are related with the different nucleic acids. The codon term related with mRNA, that means the messenger RNA. On the messenger RNA, 3 successive nitrogen bases are present called as the codons. Then the anticodon term related with the tRNA, that means the transfer RNA, and the tRNA it shows somewhat the hairpin like structure showing two free arms and the elongated free arm where the activated amino acid get joined and which plays significant role at the time of the protein synthesis. Then opposite to the two free ends of the tRNA transfer RNA, there are three exposed nitrogen bases are present on the loop, and the three exposed nitrogen bases of the tRNA called as anticodons. There is always specificity at the time of protein synthesis, the linkage of codons with anticodons. That means the linkage of messenger RNA with tRNA by the codon and anticodons which are complementary. The codons and anticodons which are complementary get jointed with each other. And the third term, that is the genetic code. The genetic code term related with the DNA, and on the DNA the particular sequence of nitrogen bases, that means the genetic information called as the genetic code. So the genetic code responsible to generate the codons on messenger RNA, and the messenger RNA read out the message at the time of the protein synthesis to attract the complementary anticodon, that means particular type of tRNA. The particular type of tRNA carries the particular type of amino acid for the generation of the polypeptide chain. So the three terms which are somewhat the interrelated terms, and the question may be asked in the multiple choice question with the reference codons, anticodons and the genetic code. Then again one more information. So here the terms, that means we have to recall our knowledge. So about the three terms. Then another one, the polypeptide chain or the proteins. We studied the proteins or the polypeptide chain. That means polypeptide. Poly, that means many, peptide. The peptide is the bond which get achieved always in between two successive amino acids called as the peptide bond, and the elongated chain formed between the successive amino acids called as the polypeptide chain. Ultimately it also termed as the protein. So the basic unit of the protein, that is the amino acid, and the number of amino acid get joined together to form the protein. So the translation we can define the meaning of the translation. The sequence of codons. The sequence of codons. So suppose here the messenger RNA, mRNA. The sequence of codon, that means sequentially three successive nitrogen bases. So here the sequence of codons which gives the message, that means it translates the message at the site of protein synthesis. The site of protein synthesis provided by the RNAs. So it gives the site of the protein synthesis, the message read out in the form of the codons, and accordingly that means one by one each codon specify for particular amino acid. So accordingly the amino acids which get collected, attracted at the site of protein synthesis in the form of amino acyl complex. Then later on we have to study details about this, and then it forms the polypeptide chain. So again I will repeat here the definition of the translation. The sequence of codons gives the message at the site of the protein synthesis, and accordingly the number of amino acids get jointed together by the peptide bond to form the polypeptide chain called as the translation. The process always intracellular process. The whole protein synthesis is intracellular. The transcription takes place in the nucleus while the translation takes place in the cytoplasm, and so here the process is the intracellular process. The translation process requires amino acids. There are different 20 types of amino acids which are located in the cytoplasm of the cell. Then it requires messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, then transfer RNA. It requires the energy in the form of ATP and the magnesium ions, Mg2+. Then later on the process of the translation. The process of translation, there are 3 main steps or 3 main stages, as the first one, initiation of the process, second one, elongation of the process, and third one is the termination, that means to stop the process. So here the initiation of the process. The initiation always starts at 5' end of mRNA. The process of translation always starts from the 5' end of mRNA. Again at 5' end, the codon is present, and the codon always termed as the initiation codon, and the initiation codon is always AUG. So the process starts at 5' end where the initiation codon is present, that is AUG. And at initiation, that means at 5' end, the ribosome always shows the larger unit and the smaller unit. The linkage of ribosome with the mRNA at 5' end. So initially here, the smaller and larger unit slightly it dissociate. That means the 2 units like this, suppose, and it opens, and then suppose this one is the mRNA. Suppose the mRNA, so it opens, enters the 5' end, through the 5' end, mRNA enters, and again both smaller and larger unit get joined together. So here we can imagine the 2 units, it slightly dissociate, enters, and again get joined. And the joining of smaller and larger unit at 5' end, as if the linkage of the ribosome with mRNA get achieved, where the magnesium ions plays very important role. So the question may be asked in multiple choice question, that is the role of the magnesium, and the magnesium ions plays important role at the initiation process at 5' end by the rejoining of smaller and larger unit of the ribosome. The smaller and larger unit of ribosome get jointed together here at the 5' end. So this one is the process of the initiation. I will again repeat it. The initiation process of the translation at 5' end by the joining of ribosome. That means here the linkage of messenger RNA with ribosome get achieved, and the process initiate at 5' end in presence of the magnesium ions. always at 5' end. Always at 5' end. Here the initiation codon or the starting codon AUG present. And the second important point to start the process of the translation, that is the activation of the amino acid. The number of amino acids which are present in the ribosomes, but directly the amino acids which cannot enter or which cannot get attracted towards the site of the protein synthesis. Always the amino acid get activated, that means energized in presence of ATP. It synthesizes the activated amino acid. The activation of amino acid which get achieved in presence of amino acyl synthetase enzyme. The question may be asked in multiple choice question. At the time of the activation of amino acid, diverse type of enzyme which take part or plays important role, that is the amino acyl synthetase enzyme plays important role at the time of the activation of the amino acid. That is the first phase, initiation process. And here also in diagram also we can cite here the 5' end, where the initiation codon is present as AUG. At the initiation point or the 5' end, there is a linkage of ribosome. By dissociating smaller and larger unit enters through the 5' end, and then again smaller and larger unit get jointed in presence of the magnesium ions, and then further process starts. That means further the ribosome always translocated. The same ribosome, suppose here in the smaller unit of the ribosome there are two codons present. As if there are two codons, the tRNA, amino acyl tRNA complex enters here. Successively the second codon, also here the codon anticodon linkage which get achieved. And as if in the larger unit there are two successive amino acids present. So the two successive amino acids get jointed by the peptide bond, and as if the peptide bond formation takes place, the ribosome which translocated towards the another successive codon and which receives the next amino acid, that means the amino acyl tRNA complex. And at the same time here the peptide bond, suppose the dipeptide, only two amino acids present which leave out from particular site. I will again explain the different sites of the ribosome, leave out, and here the tRNA also leave out. So again I will explain further. First about the ribosome, there are three sites of the ribosome. Suppose here the ribosome, then the site, this one is the mRNA, the 5' end, 3' end. The site of ribosome located towards 3' end, it termed as the A site. A site, that means the acceptor site. The A site, suppose here this one is the A site. A site of ribosome, that means the acceptor site. What accept? It accept the tRNA. Suppose the tRNA with the particular amino acid. So the tRNA amino acyl complex which enters through the site called as the A site or the acceptor site. So this one is the A site. Then opposite to the A site, here the E site is present. So this one is the E site. E site, that means what? Exit site. Through the exit site, the polypeptide chain leave out. Suppose here the amino acid 1, here the peptide bond, amino acid 2, and it leave out through the P site of the ribosome, and from the E site the tRNA which becomes free, which leave out from the E site. This one is the P site. From the P site polypeptide chain leave out. So again I will explain about the structure of the ribosome, showing 3 sites. A site located at 3' end, E site located at 5' end, and P site located at the apical end of the larger unit. So there are P location, 3 sites are the locations, as A site toward 3' end, E site toward 5' end, and this one is the P site. From the A site, always the tRNA amino acyl complex enters. From the E site, the free tRNA released out, and from the P site, the polypeptide chain leave out. Now again see here, at initiation codon, there is a linkage of the ribosome. Suppose it shows the 2 codons. The 2 codon, there is always specificity which get jointed with the tRNA, showing the complementary nitrogen bases or the anticodon. Each tRNA which get connected with the activated amino acid, that means the amino acyl complex here. And then, as if there are 2 successive amino acids in the site of the protein synthesis, that means in the larger unit, the peptide bond formation get achieved. As if the peptide bond formation get achieved, the initial tRNA which leave out from the E site. So this tRNA leave out from the E site, and from P site the peptide chain which leave out. So as if the process of the peptide chain which leave out from P site, the ribosome which translocate successively towards the 3' end one by one, so which get joined with the another codon. The another codon again which attracts the complementary amino acyl complex, showing the complementary anticodon. The linkage of codon with anticodon which get achieved. The tRNA which get jointed with the particular activated amino acid. There is a whole process, shows the specificity. The particular type of tRNA carry particular type of amino acid. The particular type of complex, the linkage with codon, anticodon, again complementary. And the whole process, that means the synthesis of the mRNA to give the message under the control of DNA. The genetic code controls to give the message, and so whole process shows the specificity or the perfection here. And so here, as if the ribosome translocated one by one successive codon. So amino acid tRNA complex, again here the 2 successive amino acids get jointed together by the peptide bond. As if peptide bond formation takes place, again the successive previous tRNA becomes free, and then here the tRNA again leave out from the E site and peptide chain from the P site. In this way, the ribosome translocated one by one through the successive one by one codon. It get translocated towards the 3' end, and the elongated polypeptide chain formation takes place. The process is called as the elongation. So again, I will repeat about elongation. Elongation, that means the translocation of the ribosome from 5' to 3' direction in stepwise. Accordingly, one by one codon which get translocated in the direction 5' to 3'. tRNA complex, that means tRNA amino acyl complex. That means the tRNA, they are elongated free end jointed with the activated amino acid to form tRNA amino acyl complex. The tRNA amino acyl complex always enters from the A site. So here from this A site, the tRNA amino acyl complex enters. So from the A site, tRNA amino acyl complex enters. tRNA amino acyl complex which carries particular type of amino acid towards the site of the protein synthesis. Then as if the process continued, the two successive amino acids jointed together by the peptide bond in presence of ribozyme. The ribozyme is the name of the enzyme, so the required enzyme, ribozyme, or it may be also termed as the polypeptide transferase enzyme. In presence of ribozyme or the peptide transferase enzyme, two successive amino acids jointed together by the peptide bond, and then later on, as if the peptide bond form, the peptide chain, dipeptide, tripeptide, like this, the peptide chain which leaves out from the P site. So the peptide chain always leave out from the P site. As if one by one the peptide bond form, one by one the amino acids jointed, the peptide chain leave out. At the same time the previous tRNA becomes free, which leave out from E site, and further the ribosome translocated towards the another successive codon, and the process is going on continuously up to the stop codon at 3' end, and the whole process is called as the elongation of the peptide chain, formation of the polypeptide chain. The process is called as the elongation. And then finally termination. The termination, that means to stop the process. The process always terminates at 3' end. At 3' end, always the stop codons, out of which any one stop codon located at the 3' end. Suppose here at the 3' end there is a stop codon. So this one is the 3' end. Any one stop codon is present. Maybe UAA, for example. The significance of the stop codon, it stops the process, terminates the process, because the stop codon cannot code for any amino acid except the stop codon. That means maybe UAA or maybe UAG or maybe UGA. Here we have cited UAA, UAG or UGA, which are the stop codons, out of which any one present on mRNA, and the stop codon cannot code for the any amino acid, and so as if at the end, suppose the ribosome here at the end translocated at the 3' end, here finally there is no linkage of codon with anticodon, there is no tRNA amino acid complex, and so ultimately here the process stops. The smaller and larger unit dissociates from each other, which leave out again get jointed in presence of the magnesium ions. Then the mRNA which get leave out, and the polypeptide chain get generated or leave out from the P site. That is the process of the termination. I will again repeat it. The termination process always which takes place to stop the process at 3' end, because at 3' end there are the particular type of codons are present which cannot code for any amino acid, and such codons located at the 3' end called as the stop codon, which are maybe anyone as UAA, UAG or UGA located at 3' end, which cannot code for any amino acid, and so at the end here the ribosome get dissociates, and here at the process of the termination, the termination factor requires as maybe R1, R2 S factor. So the point is related, the reference according to the multiple choice question. At the termination factor plays important role as R1, R2 or S factor, and in this way the process of translation completed with releasing the polypeptide chain. The polypeptide chain, that means the protein which type of amino acids here get jointed, the sequence and the number of amino acid under the control of the codon. The particular codon specify for particular amino acid, and so the particular codon get jointed with the particular tRNA amino acid complex, and so the whole process which is under the control of the DNA, on which the genetic code present, the genetic code gives the message towards the codon in the form of the codons on the mRNA. That is about the translation. So I will stop here.